I'm Eric Harley. We're at the Great American Trucking Show in Dallas. Joining us right now from Road King Shocks and Silver Road Shocks, Lonnie Woods. He's the CEO and founder of the company. Lonnie, welcome. How are you?
Oh, it's great. We're really glad to be here this year and looking forward to the show and seeing our customers and seeing new customers and show them how great ride control products improve tire mileage and improve the life of the truck and make it much more enjoyable for the driver during the day, so the truck's not shaking and rattling and bumping along.
Yeah, we're going to talk more about that in just a moment. Leanne Boma is also with you. Leanne, welcome. How are you?
I'm just fine, and thank you so much for having us. We're so excited to be here at the Great American Trucking Show, where it really celebrates trucking and the truckers, and to be a part of that is just really an honor. And it's a great place to showcase our shocks that, as Lonnie said, just makes the ride so much easier and gives them a better day all around, because we're so grateful to have them. Without it, we wouldn't have chocolate bars so in our grocery stores.
That's right. That's
there we go.
You went straight to the point. I love that, Leanne. That's a great point. I'm going to use that in the future. Lonnie, you're the founder of the company, so give us some history on where this all began.
Well, I actually got started doing ride control development. Early on, in the early 1970s, I invented the first lift kits for four-wheel drives and developed the first off-road shock absorbers and built that company to about $8 million a year. And then I worked on advanced computer control shock absorbers. Was fortunate to be able to work with people like General Motors and Oshkosh Truck and Spartan Chassis and many others.
Right.
So when I was working on computer control, I decided that was too complicated for the trucking industry, and I decided to back up and design something that was mechanical in nature and yet did, a 10-time better job than what you can buy over the counter in parts stores for replacement shocks for the trucking industry. So these Road King shocks are a big 2 5/16" bore, which is almost twice as big as a conventional replacement shock absorber. And when you double the bore size on a shock absorber, you can 4 times the control force. So where a factory shock will produce about 900 to 1,000 pounds of force, these Road Kings will produce up to 3,800 to 4,000 pounds of force. Wow. And what we're trying to do is keep these tires connected to the road surface. If the tires are bouncing, the tire casing temperatures will run about 30% higher than with a Road King, where the tires are not bouncing. So therefore, you can average about 30 to 50% better tire mileage when you run the Road King shocks. So that's our top of the line product, and they're hand built. It's all CNC machined and designed to last for the life of the truck, and they are rebuildable. And we do have an exchange program, which you get to 400,000 miles, you can exchange it for new ones, and we give you a trade-in on your current ones.
And this is something that drivers obviously are benefiting from. So let's talk about the feedback that you get from your customers, the difference that they notice behind the wheel.
Well, when they put them on, when they drive out of the parking lot, it's night and day. They can. When you're taking the force levels from 1,000 pounds to 3,800 pounds, that's not just a little bit of difference. That's a dramatic difference, and so the truck behaves totally different than what one would expect. The power of putting big bore shock absorbers on these trucks like a lot of control force. They need a lot of control force. If you can imagine those tires and axles, the weight of them going down a rough highway, the tires with 110 psi in them bounce like a basketball, and that just shakes the truck dramatically and causes premature tire wear and all the other things we talked about. So it's a night and day difference. It's one of the biggest improvements you can make, certainly on the ride of the truck. And it'll ride better and handle better than when it was brand new. Sure.
And I always say go to the drivers, go to the folks that are using the products, because I'm guessing in your case it often is, but in your case it's the drivers who are your best salespeople out there on the road for you.
Oh, there's no question about that. Word of mouth is crucial. If customers are saying great things about your products, you can't ask for anything better than that. That's better than magazine advertising or anything. So we really appreciate our customers telling other people how great these shocks are, and that's quite frankly how the company's been able to grow to a great extent.
Sure. And Leanne, that's kind of your area, the sales and marketing side of it. So that feedback from those drivers out there, the end user, is very important, correct?
It's absolutely been phenomenal to hear. They call and order the shocks, and they're not quite sure what to expect. And then they'll call back, and they're just over the top with excitement. It's when I cross a railroad crossing or I hit a big old bump, they're just, it's like it's on air. And it just kind of glides over instead of the shock effect afterwards. But we capture those testimonials for other truckers to see, because our Road King shocks are a little bit more expensive than a normal shock. So we want truckers to know that what they're going to purchase is worth every penny. So we capture those, and we put them a lot on our website and our Facebook pages. So you'll be able to see what truckers actually say, and then we've got pictures of their trucks, which is great to look at anyway. So
sure.
We really appreciate all of that.
Yeah, and you get a lot of that at shows like this, and you get to talk to drivers. So if a driver's going to approach you at a truck show like a Great American Trucking Show, Lonnie, that has never experienced your shocks, what would you say?
Well, it's an educational process, like I was explaining earlier about the replacement shock absorbers having around 1,000 pounds of control force, and what really happens when you go to 3,800 pounds of force, and how that improves the tire wear, how it improves the reduction of shaking and rattling of the truck, how it improves what the driver's feeling, because it just smooths out that ride. It's just a tremendous experience for somebody that's never ridden in a truck with a product like Road King. I mean, these are you virtually cannot fit a larger shock on these trucks as far as a bolt-on. This is as big as it gets, and I wanted to do that because all my life I've worked with ride control products and developing ride control products. I work with advanced computer control shock absorbers, and what I've got now, the Road King shock, it'll ride as good as anything I've ever worked on in my life. It's that good.
Wow. If they want to learn more, where can they go?
Well, they can call us at our office at 970-249-1907, and we've got experienced, trained professionals to talk with the customers that call in who want more information on the product. Of course, we then have our Facebook page and our website, www.roadkingshocks.com, where there's a lot of information, a lot of testimonials from customers that have these that can educate somebody that doesn't really know what to expect or what they're getting into. They can see what other truckers have written about their experience with these. So that's a big help.
Yeah, it's really great to talk to you, because I know not only is this improving, as you mentioned, Lonnie, tire efficiency, but health on the road is what we talk about for drivers. But you sometimes, because you can't measure it day to day, but certainly drivers can feel this. If you don't have a smooth ride, if you don't have the best ride you can get out of your truck, it's going to be pretty harsh on the body over the years. I think that's a given, right?
Absolutely. I mean, people just don't realize how powerful great ride control technology is. And day one, when you're out on the truck, you're fresh and you're feeling pretty good, and then you got day 2, day 3, day 4. Man, by day 5, you're getting pounded. I mean, it really starts to affect your body. You can eliminate that basically by going to these big bore Road King shocks.
Yeah, there you go. Great stuff. Leanne, any final words for the drivers out there?
Hey, stop by the booth. We've got some great show specials, and we'll be glad to answer any questions that you might have, and we have them on display so you can actually look at them. Awesome. And we will challenge them to come and try to push down the Road King shocks.
Oh, there's a good challenge right there. I'd love to see that. That's great stuff. Leanne, Lonnie, thank you so much. Continued success. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.